These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, it's these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Whenever I leave here, it hurts me so, with tears in my eyes. Oh, I hate to go. There ain't no work, and the kids need new clothes. The bills need paying, so I must go.
These rocky shores, where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
I think to myself, where did it all go? The life I once had on the ocean's gentle road. My tears in my eyes and my head in my hands, away from my family, I hope they understand.
That is these rocky shores, where I call home, it's where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include approximately 80 residents left for St. John's on Tuesday to participate in the TAGS rally. Grade 12 students at St. John's Central High held their graduation on Friday. Jeff Wheaton of the Canadian Coast Guard explained their connection with the local search and rescue team. We'll also have a court report. These stories plus community events, BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
Some people think that cystic fibrosis just makes it hard for kids to breathe. We could live with that. The truth is, CF is slowly shutting down my daughter's lungs and choking off her life. Imagine watching your child live like that and die like that. But today, your help is leading to great discoveries and finally giving me real hope. Please don't let CF take Cassandra away from me. You can help keep us together for life.
Residents of Burgeo gathered at the fish plant parking lot on Tuesday morning to see their fellow residents off to the TAGS rally in St. John's.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you this morning for turning out, for going to St. John's to fight for this cause. I have a check here for $500. I would ask Norm Strickland to accept this check and present it to Rich Anstey on behalf of the town of Burgeo. You may not be successful. You may not be successful, but at least you know you tried. While you're in there, you make sure you get your MHA Bill Ramsey to join in with you. All the best, and hopefully the next time you gather here, you'll be going back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice safe trip. Remember not to get too much trouble in there. I hope it's much warmer in there than it is out here. We support your efforts. Good luck. Remember, try to have a peaceful protest. We don't want to see anyone in trouble in there. Be loud and boisterous. You deserve it. Work hard for your cause. Good luck.
As the buses pulled away from the fish plant parking lot, the vehicles that had gathered blowed their horns in support. On Saturday, I spoke with Edie Anderson, Eileen Strickland, Beatrice Piercy, and Rose Coley about the demonstration. Edie, were you pleased with the number of representatives from Burgeo that took part in the demonstration in St. John's?
Yes, we was. We were very pleased with the outturn that came in from Burgeo, but I think there could have been maybe a lot more that could have showed up under the circumstances that there was bus transportation, there was food there for them when they went to eat.
Okay, so Eileen, were you pleased with the donations that you received from local businesses?
We were more than pleased, Dave. I'd like to read out a couple of names if I could. And this is on behalf of the FFIW in St. John's and our local executive. And we'd like to send our heartfelt thanks to the town of Burgeo, to Burgeo Ground Search and Rescue, Pro Hardware, Foodland, Variety Quick Shop, Custom Carpet, Sam Collier, Burgeo Fish Market, South Coast Construction, Stan Mercer, Southwest Times, Clifford Beveridge, Igda Riggets, Leonard Ball, SLK Limited, Strickland Store, Rick's Ann, Air Enterprises, Pam's, Midtown, Burgeo Pharmacy, Gillette's Motel, AJT Holdings, Byway Diner, Spencer's Store, Mona's, Benite's Convenience, Foodtown, Seaside Minimart, Riffs, Le Chateau, South Coast Taxi, Island Store, Seaview Lounge, Fire Department, Scotiabank, George and Lorraine Errett, and Balance Fashions. And we would like to send a very special thank you to Mayor Ann, Reverend Davies, Reverend Barter, Corporal Madison, Rosie Coley, and Beatrice Piercy, because those two girls did a tremendous amount of work, as well as did the mayor. The mayor did a really big job going out. He donated the flag. He gave us a huge donation, and he took his time and asked that people would come to our rally in support of the tags.
Okay, Beatrice and Rose, you played an important part in organizing here in Burgeo, but you both also attended the rally. Do you think the people from Burgeo played an important role in the rally in St. John's?
Yes, I do, Dave. I believe they played a very important part. Whenever, like I said, the cameras was brought to them and they had something to say, they came out and said exactly what was on their mind. So they did let the media know exactly how they felt.
So if there was another rally to take place tomorrow, Rose, would you go again?
Definitely. I'm ready and willing to go right now. Excuse me. But we were on the front lines there that morning about 5:45. We were told to be there 5:45. And the majority of us were there. The buses come in a little bit after, but the majority of the people from Burgeo were there. And we were on the front lines and seeing what was taking place, and we knew then what was coming down. But until then, we didn't know what was happening, but we were willing to go along, because if we don't fight for this, who's going to fight for us? We got to do it ourselves, and that's the important message that we got to get out there, that we got to take a hold of this and run with it, and we got to take action, because nobody else is not going to help us if we don't try to help ourselves.
Okay, I've been talking to a few other people that attended the rally, and they all seem to say they would go again tomorrow. Was that the general feeling of all the people on the bus, that they would go again tomorrow if they had to?
Yes, definitely. We would go back again, like we told the media, that this is only a start. And if need be, we got to go back again. We will go back, be ready and willing to go back in, a moment's notice. No problems. I don't think the people that was on the buses, like I asked them, would you go back again? They said, yes, no problems. Give us a couple of days, or give us a day to rest up after the 13-hour ride back down to St. John's and back again. Give us a day or so to rest up, and we're ready to go again. And I think that's the majority of the people would do that. And I wouldn't hesitate not a minute to go back and see if there was anything I could do or lend my support. And we did get a whole lot of support from the union, from everybody down there. And like I said, we got a beautiful send-off when we left down there that morning. It was kind of touching when we left, like, you know, we're going to fight for you and we're going to be here, and, you know, and this is, you know, Herb McCurdy was up there and Ridge Yancey was there and was saying, like, you know, we couldn't have done it without him. And definitely we were on the front lines, and we did have a lot of pull there, I'm sure.
Okay, so Eileen, were the local politicians there in support of the Burgio's cause as well?
Well, Dave, I got to say that the people that we sent down from Burgio were very, very, very disappointed in our MHA, Mr. Ramsey, because you got to look at those people took a 13-hour bus ride. They were in a snowstorm. Everything you could mention went wrong, and they went to St. John's. They didn't get any sleep that night. They went down to the protest at 5:45, and Mr. Ramsey, and they stayed until 8 o'clock. Mr. Ramsey showed up after that time and said he didn't see any Burgio people there, and I think it was very unfair for Mr. Ramsey, and I think that Mr. Ramsey should have been there with our people, and he should have stood up with our people and helped them out, because this could mean the beginning or the end of Burgio. And I think the least Mr. Ramsey could do was be there and stand with the people, and not go to the media after and say he didn't see Burgio people. Burgio people pulled more than their fair share of the weight. And everywhere you look, they were advertising Burgio. But yet our local MHA choose to say, I didn't see anybody from Burgio, and I don't think that was very fair of Mr. Ramsey.
Okay, is there any final comments that any of you would like to make?
Well, I guess I would like to say is that it's not only those people who was down there on that bus, I mean 80 people that is should have been there, but all I'm saying is all communities, not only Burgio, we all got to pull together, because if we go down, everybody else is going down as well. And we did get a big support into St. John's from Burgio, and that night at 5 to 12 when everything was closing off, I was still on that line with them, and I watched for the chains to come off as well as watching them put on. And 5 minutes to 12 that night, that Earl still thanked the people of Burgio for traveling that distance. And he was very proud of everybody in Burgio, that they supported him, and the crowd for coming there.
And Dave, we would really once again like to thank everybody who supported us, everybody who took that long bus ride. I know it wasn't easy, but they had the guts to go, and they had the guts to fight for something that they believe in. And we'd like to thank everybody who sponsored them, and everybody who came out to wish them well on their trip.
Yeah, I'd just like to elaborate on what Eileen said. I think that everybody did support us when we went down and on the way back and stuff like that. And you know, there was the big the coverage we did have meant a lot. But like I said, if we got to go again, I think that there should be more people just to go out there and just see what we did accomplish. Hopefully we accomplished a lot, but like I said, if we didn't accomplish what we set out to do, hopefully if there is a next time, I'm hoping that we will have more than 80 people from this town, because if we don't have the support of this town, we're not going to have a town in the very near future, for sure.
Okay, well, once again, we'd like to thank you for speaking with us. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police will be celebrating their 125th anniversary this year. The local RCMP will be holding a number of activities to commemorate the anniversary. Corporal Matheson has more on the 125th anniversary celebrations, as well as a few other issues of concern to the local RCMP detachment.
Good evening. 1998 marks the 125th anniversary of the RCMP in Canada. The RCMP and Burgio detachment are planning a few activities to have throughout our detachment area. These activities hopefully will include a bicycle rodeo later on in the spring, and activities in the school such as coloring contests, essay writing contests, and similar activities. We hope to provide some nice prizes. I don't know if you can make out the bear there. We're hoping to, we got some prizes like this available for those participating in the winners of these contests, and some model cars that we have purchased. I know these are quite popular amongst the younger crowd. And also some t-shirts that we have ordered and we will have coming in. as well as a few RCMP hats. These are all products licensed by the RCMP that we're hoping to award to the prize winners of any of the contests that we're having throughout our area. The public is invited, of course, at any time to drop by our office to have a look at these items, and we may be able to order some of these should anyone be interested. As well, we have Police Week coming up from May the 11th to May the 16th. The public are invited to drop by our office at any time during this week for a coffee, just a chat, just to drop in and say hello. We're going to be doing most of our activities with the 125th anniversary, so as yet we have nothing formally planned for Police Week. As many of you may know, the Law Enforcement Torch Run is scheduled for June the 6th of 1998, which is a Saturday. We've presently got sponsor sheets at the office, and they have been going quite rapidly. Many people have dropped by and picked up sponsor sheets. I know there's been a few people going around already collecting a fair bit of money for the Law Enforcement Torch Run. A very popular item in Burgeo last year was the Law Enforcement Run t-shirts. We have presently at the office quite a supply of t-shirts ranging from this small size here up to the extra large size. These t-shirts sell for $12 a piece, and all of the money goes to the Special Olympics. None of the money stays with the RCMP. All of this funding money goes to the Law Enforcement Torch Run. Lastly, there's a couple of concerns that I wanted to bring to the attention of the residents of Burgeo. An ongoing and continuing problem is the loitering around the post office. This office has received complaints from the post office and from Public Works regarding people loitering along the side and the back of the post office. We've tried a number of efforts, or we've tried a number of things to have the youth and others move along from this area. It's not just the youth that are loitering there. It's adults as well on some occasions. We're faced with the reality that we now may have to charge anyone found loitering by the post office. Loitering basically is hanging around any longer than is what is normally expected to pick up your mail. At recess time and certain periods, there's large numbers of people hanging out alongside of the post office and behind. This causes a lot of littering and a lot of work for those looking after the post office. We recently received a complaint regarding loitering, trespassing, and damage from the A.J. Matthews School. I know in this past weekend, one of our members had to ask the same group of people to move on from this school on 2 or 3 different occasions. Again, we don't like to have to bother those that are trespassing and loitering around there. However, damage is being done again to the side of the school. It appears that lighters are being used or matches are being used to cause damage along the siding of the school. We are faced with no other alternative but to investigate, increase patrols, and charge those found responsible. The public is reminded that the Bright Sites Youth Center is up and running very well, I might add. There's a warm, dry place for the youth to go. A lot of work and effort was put into opening this facility, and we're encouraging parents to have their youth attend this facility. Any people with suggestions or would like to assist are more than welcome to come along or voice their concerns or suggestions to us and the committee as well. Lastly, it's the time of year when summer and spring is fast approaching. We've noticed that the traffic around Burgeo, the speeds are picking up considerably. We will be increasing our radar enforcement in the town. We in the past have been very generous as far as the speeds are concerned. Not many people have received speeding tickets in Burgeo. However, with more pedestrians and children walking along our roadways and our youth on bicycles, we face with the real possibility of a serious accident happening unless people slow down. Remember, buckle up, drive safely, Make sure that your registration, your license, your insurance is all up to date. We'll be doing checkpoints in the upcoming future. Don't be surprised to be stopped and checked and asked for your papers, your particulars. This is ample warning to make sure that everyone has them up to date. We hope that everyone will follow these rules of the road. Another concern I might add regarding the wearing of seat belts. I've noticed that by the elementary school in particular, when parents are traveling by with their children in the vehicles, that the children are standing up on the seats and are not wearing a seat belt or not in their child's seat. This is contrary to the Highway Traffic Act. It is very dangerous. And one of these times, even though you're going a slow speed, if you have to put the brakes on suddenly, whether you're going 10 kilometers an hour or 100 kilometers an hour, these children can be seriously hurt unless they are wearing a seatbelt or buckled up or in a proper child seat or restraint. So parents, please bear this in mind. Once the children are used to wearing seatbelts, they'll always wear the seatbelts. I know, I have two of my own, and they won't let me drive away unless their seatbelts are fastened. Hopefully everyone will have a nice, safe summer. Remember, buckle up and drive safely. Thank you.
The Bell House at St. John the Evangelist Church underwent renovations this past week. Volunteers started work on Monday to replace the footer around the bottom of the Anglican Church bell house. But upon starting the work, they soon discovered the plywood and corner posts were rotten as well. So they gave the bell house a complete facelift. Town workers were busy this past week repainting the crosswalks on our community streets. The nice weather experience this past week was a good opportunity to get work done outside. Council workers took advantage of the nice weather to repaint the town's crosswalks. Motorists are advised to please watch out for pedestrians crossing on the crosswalks. The Board of Directors of Burgeo Broadcasting System awarded the Lloyd Walters Scholarship at their last meeting. The scholarship, valued at $500, was created by Burgeo Broadcasting in honor of Mr. Walters' contribution to the establishment and development of our local broadcasting system. The scholarship is available to any graduate of St. John Central High who has successfully completed one term at a recognized school of broadcast or print journalism. This year's scholarship has been awarded to Aaron Kosser. Congratulations, Aaron. Complete details on the Lloyd Walters Scholarship are available at the BBS office. Stay with us for more of This Week in Review coming up in just a moment.
For almost a century, there's been a group of people working hard for Canada, fighting for this country. Now they are uniting to keep Canada together. The Royal Canadian Legion supports Canadian unity.
Grade 12 students at St. John Central High held their graduation ceremonies on Friday evening at the school gymnasium.
Another turning point, forks stuck in the road. Time grabbed you by the wrist, I'll let you up and go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. And I hope you had the time of your life. at the time of your life. Something unpredictable, and in the end is right. And I hope you at the time of your life.
Jeff Wheaton of the Canadian Coast Guard stopped by our studio to inform us of their role with the local search and rescue team.
My name is Jeffrey Wheaton. I'm with the Office of Boating Safety. My office is based out of Stephenville. And I'm doing this interview today for the pleasure boaters in and around the Burgeo area on behalf of the Burgeo Search and Rescue Team. Basically, it's to clear up any misunderstanding or misconception or what have you surrounding the courtesy vessel examination program that we, the Office of Boating Safety, have asked the Burgeo SAR team to conduct for us. I guess basically what I should do is to provide some background, a little history here. Some years ago, about 2 years ago, the Office of Boating Safety approached the Newfoundland and Labrador Search and Rescue Association, of which the Burgeo SAR team is a member. And the association is comprised of approximately 28 teams, and they have a total of approximately 800 to 900 members. Our office, being only few in number, there's only 3 of us at the moment, not including the supervisor or superintendent. To get the safety message out to the public, of course, it was very difficult. The island and of course Labrador, very large numbers, very vast. So we looked at the teams, and we saw great potential to get the safety message out to boaters, to pleasure boaters. And we approached the association, and of course a partnership was born. And over the last 2 years, it's progressed quite well. And there were 4 programs that we deliver in our office that we thought would be appropriate for the search and rescue teams to deliver for us. And those programs are safety displays. During the summer, we get numerous requests from different communities to set up displays. So what we've done is we've made available display trailers that can be booked by the SAR teams in their respective communities, and when they have their particular community day, they can have this display trailer, which will contain all kinds of safe boating pamphlets and boating equipment that will be there available, and the public will be able to view this. Another program that we looked at was safety seminars. We thought that it would be appropriate for the SAR teams to sort of recruit the boating public. They would schedule a seminar at a particular location, and of course we from the Office of Boating Safety would come in and do a seminar to the public. A third program was to establish a video library with the teams. We have numerous videos on different aspects of boating safety. There's even one on snowmobile safety. We have copied these videos. We've given them to the teams, and if any member of the boating public in the communities where these teams serve or different interest groups would like to have a video on boating safety, they just approach the team, sign out the video, they view it, and then they return it. That's it, free of charge. The 4th program that we thought would be appropriate was the courtesy vessel examination, and that's CVE for short. We thought that with the proper training, that certain individuals on the team would be able to conduct these courtesy vessel examinations, and they're strictly on pleasure boats. I've been doing them now for the last 5 years. Basically, what they entail is that, of course, they're strictly voluntary. So the person that's conducting the CVE would approach the boater, ask for permission. Upon gaining that permission, the individual would proceed to complete a form, the CVE form, and it would itemize all the equipment that's required to be in that particular boat. Any items that are deficient or that are not that are not up to standard would be noted on the form, and the boater is given a copy of the form. He now knows what the equipment is that he's required to have to bring his boat up to the standards as per the regulations under the small vessel regulations. This is good information. If any time, of course, after the individual is approached by a law enforcement agency, and then of course he's been given the information. It's strictly an educational exercise. He's been given the information to equip his vessel, and this is good. It's a good educational procedure. I would recommend that any pleasure boaters to approach the team and request the CVE to be done. However, there is a perceived, and I want to get to the main point now, why I'm doing this interview. There is a perceived misunderstanding, if you will. There's some reluctance on the part of the team to get involved in this program, not just here, but in other areas of the province and in Labrador. The perception is that this information that's gathered during the CVE would be used to conduct enforcement patrols subsequent to the courtesy vessel examination. And I want to tell you that this is absolutely not the case. And I can't see how I could make it any clearer than that. It's, like I said before, it's strictly educational. We do not go to the enforcement agencies with this information. It's in no way, shape, or form. So, like I said, if you get approached by a SAR team member and they're requesting to do a courtesy vessel examination, give them a few minutes of your time. It's perfectly painless, and I think you'll find it kind of enlightening, and it's a good service that they're providing to the community. And I want to commend the SAR teams, not just in Burgeo, but of course across Newfoundland and Labrador, in helping to deliver a safe boating message to the public, in helping us deliver this safe boating message to the public. Thank you very much.
Anyone wishing to have further information from Mr. Wheaton can feel free to contact him at 709-643-5148. Our broadcast was preempted yesterday due to the Burgeo Recreation Commission's 6th Annual Arena Telethon.
Yeah, you can sing all the songs you want about Cold, Cold Hearts, but that certainly does not apply to the good people of Burgeo and area who have been so generous here tonight. We're about to find out what our total is for the telethon, but we do want to thank Henry, Joe, and Leonard for their volunteer time tonight, and again to all of you other volunteers who've been a part of it. There are so many people here behind the scenes. You've seen Denise trying to push me around here tonight, boss me around, and she's a wicked, wicked person. But anyway, and then there's Jody on the camera back there, and she's waving to me in all different angles, and you never know what's going on. And then we had Kenny and everybody else, and people you never see. But I will tell you, it's a great opportunity to get involved with the telethon. It has so many wonderful people behind the scenes that sometimes you don't get to know. I mean, you folks all know him locally who's a volunteer. But anyway, we do have a bingo winner. Let's get Annie in here to tell us all about it. And it's cash. It's cash. Annie.
Hi.
Hi.
The big winner of our bingo game tonight is Florence Hand. So if Florence would come
Come on in here, Florence. Oh, she says,
unless she wants to give up half of her money.
I want to talk to Florence anyway. Come on in here, Florence. I got to ask you something now. Come on in here now. Are you in relation to Jack or Betty Hand? No, that's too bad because we're going to use their property. We're going to be jumping into it. Steve is.
Oh, are you?
Steve Tucker. We get 12,000. You hear what's going to happen, don't you?
Oh, yes, yeah.
We get the 12 grand. He's over the river, man.
It looks like he's going to have to go, eh?
I'm hoping. Jeepers, man. It's going to be close. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, Florence, on behalf of the RIC Commission, thanks for playing our bingo and enjoy your money.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you now. All right, there we go. And Annie Brian and everybody else there, we just thank them for all the work behind the scenes. Now, we're closing in on the final moments. Let's get Karen in here. Karen, let's find out what's happening from the Recreation Commission. Let's get, hang on now. We got some draws to make here.
No, I got to put in date.
Well, that's not necessary.
This just came in. It says to Dick, enjoy those flies. They're tied by Dan benight. And that's from Lee's Laden Lake Lodge.
All right, good enough, because they're part of our...
That's Lee's brochure and
all right.
some flows for you.
Well, thank you very much. And we do get a lot of people asking about trips down east here. And, of course, I always tell them to check you guys out. Also, we've got a draw coming for the lobster, a draw coming for the cable. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. And we got our big package down here, the surprise box from Newtel Pioneers, Newtel, BBS, and SLK Sports Limited. Lee's Laden Lake Lodge with the salmon rod, the reel, the flies, and the fishing rod, the fishing rod as well as the salmon rod, with a total value of somewhere between $175 and $200. So that's coming up as well. Now let's get Karen in here. And Karen, you can actually, I'll hold the bags. You can draw for the lobster, and you can draw for the cable. Let's see. Let's give away the lobster first. All right. You've had a busy night over there. All right, reach inside. Now, this is the winner of the 10 pounds of lobster. And the winner, looks like Ingrid Strickland. Ingrid Strickland, congratulations. You got 10 pounds of crustaceans coming to your house. There you go. That's good stuff, man. All right. Now, Ingrid Strickland wins the lobster. The cable, 1 year, free cable plus the movie channel. And so if you're not talking to your significant other, you got another year not to have to worry about it. Plenty of free TV. There you go. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, both. And the winner of the free cable is Harry Ingram. Harry, congratulations, buddy. You got yourself a year. Free cable. Good stuff. All right. Harry Ingram wins the free cable. And we got to make the draw now for the mystery package. All right, all the good stuff. Go on, you reach in here, Aiden, and you draw it out. And let's see who the winner is. This is our mystery package valued at $175 to $200. The winner is Rex Han. Rex Han, congratulations. You got the stuff with the compliments of all those fine people. And there you go. Rex Han wins the stuff. Now, thanks and stuff. Karen.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody tonight that helped with our telethon, everyone that made pledges, and all the stores that donated prizes and money, and all the volunteers. And I just want to let everyone know that so far in our telethons we have raised approximately $100,000. Now, we did spend $6,000 on a feasibility study which had to be done for the government. And we now have in the bank approximately $95,400. And tonight's telethon, counting the bingo and the tickets.
Hold on now. Steve, get ready, buddy. You're going across the pond, I think. Steve's going over. Tell me it's 12,000.
No, I'm sorry. It's 11,060, I think. It might be a little bit more. We might save you, Steve. I don't know.
11,060, folks. Let's give him a nice hand. 11,060 bucks. That's great.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, community events, and the BBS Playbill. All that after this.
Sharing a healthier future with Participaction. These students are active for all the right reasons: fun, skills, and a positive attitude. What they don't know is they're also reducing their risk of serious disease. Physical activity, another way we're all sharing a healthier future. Participaction.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape racks, we came across a video of the first telethon ever held here at BBS. This telethon was held to raise money to set up our studio. Here's a look back now to February 1987.
This here is the little goodie that I have been saving. Now folks, I think we might even take this one and put it on the wall, because this one happens to be all the way from the North Pole. Would you believe that? All the way from the North Pole, from Santa Claus. All you got to do on this show is suggest something and it happens. And the little message that we got with it says, it's from the North Pole, ho ho ho, is the elves have got cable. And so they decided to call us and make a pledge. And that's a pledge for $10, and that's from Santa Claus in the North Pole. And again, it just goes to show you that our pledges here are coming in from all over, and for a great worthwhile cause. And right now, I guess we're going to, are we going to put another mark up now? We've, come all the way here, and we've got her up here to 15,000. You want to come on here now? 15,300, and we got another 100, which makes it now for $15,400. I mean, it is still going. It is still climbing up there. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to get this bunch of pledges tallied up here.
Good evening, and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast on Run the Green. The Burnetts TV Bingo out on Wednesday was won by Juanita Colette. Congratulations, Juanita. There is no TV bingo scheduled for this Wednesday. An adventure tourism workshop is scheduled for Thursday, May 7th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Anyone interested in participating should call Sam Organ at 886-2302 to register. The seminar will discuss potential opportunities in this sector for Burgeo, as well as the types of business support programs available. If your group or organization is an upcoming event plan, we would be happy to advertise it for you. You can contact the BBS office by Wednesday of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's program. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Pansy's Garden. On Wednesday at 7 p.m. we'll have a service from Faith United Church. At 7 p.m. on Thursday we will have the bandwagon. Join Pansy and the gang for crafts, stories, and lots of fun Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Next week's program will be followed by Telethon Entertainment. Please stay tuned now for the season finale of the bandwagon. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Good night.